Hi everyone, it's JL Rothstein here, author of Atonement, the Heaven Sent series. Thank you for joining my segment 3 Questions With. Today I have a very special guest in Kathleen Kalb, fellow author. So welcome to the show, Kathleen.
Hi there, good to be here.
Yes, I am so excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming on. But you have a new book that just came out in April, so why don't you tell everybody in the audience about A Fatal Finale?
Great. This is it. It's going to go green screen, so just forgive me there. The color is nice blue. You'll see it. And it's the story of Ella Shane, who is a Gilded Age diva. She sings male roles, and she is playing Romeo when her Juliet drops dead. And don't let the opera thing, yeah, right? Don't let the opera thing fool you. The best way to think about Ella, and I am terribly sorry, I only came up with this today. I wish I'd come up with this 6 months ago. The best way to think about Ella is not as Renee Fleming. Think of her as James Gandolfini. She is someone who plays an iconic role and is very talented, but is also a very normal person and a New Yorker.
That sounds very exciting.
And she's a lady and a swordsman. And I'm not giving away anything here. In the end of this one, there is a catwalk duel at the end, and she does the whole Aeroflame thing, and she has the sword and she fights while the Duke is waiting in the wings. And so it's fun. There's a lot being said about women, and she's Irish and Jewish, so there's a lot about prejudice and a lot about other stuff going on below the surface. But if you just want to enjoy it as a fun ride, you can.
So this is a strong female character, though. This is a strong female lead in this book, which is exciting. Can't have enough of those.
No, and she actually has she actually has two women around her who are different kinds of strong women for the time. One is a newspaper reporter who is working as a newspaper reporter, one of two on her newspaper. The other is a fellow singer who manages to have a life with a home life with 3 children and a singing career, which is also unusual for the time.
Yes, that sounds very exciting. And they can get this through your publisher, or through your website, or through Amazon, or all of the above?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble. I can't come up the independent books through at your local independent bookstore. Anywhere books are sold, you can get this. So.
Excellent. All right. Well, we are going to jump right into our interview segment here. And just to remind the audience that you sent me the questions, but not the answers, which is my favorite part. I get to learn about you right along with the audience. So first question is, what's your favorite thing about being a writer?
I get to make it all up. I'm a newswoman by trade. I'm a radio news anchor. I've been anchoring in New York for more than 10 years on Saturday and Sunday mornings, so I can be at home during the week. And it may not have missed your notice that the news is kind of not happy lately.
Mm-hmm.
And so the best part about writing, and particularly writing historicals, is that you get to escape. I get to go back and be in 1899 for a while, and I get to make it all come out the way I want to. The bad guys get punished, and the good guys get to go away happy. And if somebody's in trouble, well, I get them out of it. And, so it's fun. And it also is a real difference from the kind of stuff that I write about at work. There are journalists who become mystery writers who write the really gritty stuff, and more power to them. That's their right and their business. I go the other way. If it would come across my desk at work, I don't want to read it, and I'm not going to write about it.
Yeah, well, you're probably surrounded by it too much already, right?
There's a lot.
What you're doing for work.
It's a lot, and so you're not going to see a lot of blood and gore in the stuff I write, but you are going to see people dealing with very serious things, usually with a very wry sense of humor, which is what we have in the newsroom. So.
Yep. Well, you would have to, right? You almost have to have that sense of humor to survive there. So given the fact that you have all of that going on, what does a typical day of writing look like for you?
Oh, there is no typical day. Anytime I can get 5 minutes on a flat surface for my laptop is when I am writing. And it's because I'm a mom during the week. My son is in 5th grade. And on the weekends, I'm working in WINS, and normally I would be commuting, but right now, of course, I'm working from home. And so there's really no such thing as a normal day. And anytime I get 5 minutes on a flat surface, I'm at it.
Do you find that you have more of that now, though, that you're not commuting, or less?
I have less time now that I'm not commuting because I'm also a teaching assistant now, which I think a lot of parents are finding themselves doing. And that if I didn't think that they didn't pay teachers enough before, now I know.
I think pretty much all of us have that as a consensus, that they don't get paid enough. It is an interesting question, though, because I've talked to multiple authors who sort of have the same, same answer, but for different reasons, which is,
Right.
I thought I was going to have all this time to write. I was home and there was COVID.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, for whether it's for family reasons or for personal reasons, like I'm
Right.
finding that I don't have as much time as I thought I was going to have. Everyone's sort of, I don't want to use the word excited, but I think a lot of people are thinking, well, try to find the positive side of being stuck at
Yeah.
home. For a writer, you could say,
Right.
well, I'm not commuting, I could be writing. And
Oh,
I just know
exactly.
for myself, I'm just working more. I'm not,
Yeah.
it isn't
Oh,
turning
yeah.
out to be more writing time.
No, I mean, my commute is 3 hours each way to get from Connecticut
Yep.
to this New York. And I thought, ooh, with that horrible commute out of the way, I'm going to write a lot and I'm going to do this. And yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I had a bad commute of 3 hours for the whole day. 3 hours
Mhm.
each way is even more
Well,
insane than that.
I can
So
sleep on the train, so it's not as bad
yeah.
as it sounds. I mean, it sounds awful. It's kind of awful, but I do get to sleep on the train. So
Well, I bet that's the one thing you don't miss, though, of having to go in, is that horrible commute. That's probably something you're not
yeah,
missing.
yeah. Although I miss the conductors and I miss the people that I would normally see. So
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
That's just a lot of pros and cons of having to be home. So tell us what's next for you.
Okay, coming up next is A Fatal First Night, which is a sequel to A Fatal Finale. In this one, we are going to meet Ella and her friend Marie, the other singer, as they are doing a production of The Princes in the Tower, based on the two little princes who were allegedly killed by Richard III. Well, in this one, Richard III doesn't kill the princes. He kills someone in his dressing room, or it looks like he did. And so we have to figure out what happened there. And Hetty's got herself a murder trial finally. She's finally covering a murder trial. And so we have the question of who killed the guy in Richard III's dressing room, and Hetty's murder trial, and all of these things kind of intersect and unlock. And at the end, it all comes out that there's some connections, and we all figure it out in the end.
So that's what you're working on. Is it finished? Do you have a
It's
publication
finished.
date?
I'm doing the final copy edit now. Actually, I'm taking a break from copy editing, which, as you know, can make your eyes cross.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
a whole other interview, that conversation about
Oh man,
editing.
God love copy editors, but when you get those pages back, man, it is, thank heaven for them for saving me. I'm not complaining at all, but
Yeah.
then you have to go over 9 by 9.
Yeah.
That's due on April 28th of 2021.
Okay.
One more reason to go out in our driveways and scream "Good riddance 2020." So,
Yes, there are many reasons to do that. That being
yeah,
one of them. So
yeah.
excellent. Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show
Good.
today. This has been so exciting to talk to you and to hear all about your writing practices and process and your books and what's coming up next for you. So I hope the
Great.
audience runs out and goes and checks out all these things, checks out your author page and your book and buys lots of books, and we get to have you back for the second one.
Thank you. I'm here. I'll be here. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Bye.